Hey, grab a pen and some paper real quick. You're going to get a 5-step formula that's working really, really well. I'll wait a sec while you grab that pen. What if you were suddenly recognized as an authority and go-to expert in your field? What if you suddenly became in great demand regardless of your price? What if you became a celebrity in your niche or industry? Sound unlikely? Well, I used to think so too, until it happened to me. In the last few years, I've shared the stage with Donald Trump, Tony Robbins, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, Bill Clinton, and even Sir Richard Branson. And the exact same thing I'm about to show you got me invited to speak in giant arenas like the London O2 Arena in front of huge audiences of 10,000 people at a time. And best of all, using this system, I can make £500,000 for just one single speech. The thing that made me a celebrity speaker is the Jet Set speaker system. I've used it in Australia, South Africa, Singapore and Malaysia, Dubai, Poland, Amsterdam, London, and even the great USA. The thing is, I'm not really a celebrity. Well, not a celebrity like David Beckham anyway. But using this Jet Set speaker system, it's made me the first choice when it comes to teaching people around the world how to become a truly world-class speaker and how to get their message out and make a difference in the world. Perhaps you're a coach, a consultant, an author, a manager, an entrepreneur, maybe a salesperson, even an expert at something. But I imagine if, like most people, you'll want to reach more people and make more money. Maybe you want to speak on the international stage as I do. Or perhaps you want to reach people through video on your website or on YouTube. Or maybe it's just through presentations like this one, which is a simple keynote presentation with a bunch of words on a screen. But look, here's the problem. Most people have no idea how to begin. They don't know how to take their knowledge and their know-how and put it into a presentation or a series of presentations that other people can access and implement into their lives or their business. They also aren't sure how to present confidently, with certainty and congruency in their voice so audiences believe in their message. And finally, they're typically most uncomfortable pitching their services whilst delivering that message. Sound familiar? Well, that's all about to change. Well, for you at least. In order to be an effective speaker who stands head and shoulders above the rest and enjoy those huge paydays every time you speak, you need to follow a proven formula. Here it is. Step number 1, impact. You've got to have more impact as a speaker, whether that's one-to-one, one-to-few, or one-to-many. Your audience, your customers, your prospects are bombarded with distractions more than they ever have been before. That means your impact must create one very important thing, a pattern interrupt. You must interrupt their pattern. You must make them pay attention. In the first few minutes of any presentation, you have to grab their attention and you have to sell them on staying focused for the rest of it. Otherwise, people will obviously wander off in their mind. Worse, they may even deliberately block your information and possibly even mismatch or challenge the very ideas, principles, and strategies you're sharing with them. A great way to interrupt their pattern and get their attention is to control one very important thing, their focus. But how do you control focus? Well, there are many ways, but the one easy way is to ask questions. Because think about it, questions are hard to ignore. They make people think. Direct questions, affirmation questions that get them to agree with something that you've said, and most importantly, rhetorical questions. Those questions that make them think and make pictures in their mind. Questions directly make them think and most importantly, relate your message to their lives. Okay, step number 2, inform people better. Because we're in the information age. And so to make money in the information age, you've got to learn to inform people better. And just doing the written word on a website or in some report isn't going to be enough. So how should you put your message together? Well, have you ever had to start from scratch and put a presentation together and sat staring at PowerPoint and wonder what the heck you were going to put on it? Or have you ever scripted out a presentation and tried to remember it word for word? Well, look, that's what most people do. And that's why most people will forget their words, dry up on stage, or bore their audiences and induce death by PowerPoint. Well, you see, they're forgetting something very important. Speaking is an unconscious skill, meaning you don't think about what you're going to say before you say it typically. Face it, when was the last time you scripted out a conversation you were going to have with a friend, a family member, or a colleague? We never do that because, look, it's just plain silly. There's a much better way of designing your speech that will ensure you never run out of something to say and you'll wow the audience with your message. Okay, step number 3 of 5. It's not enough to simply have impact and inform people, you must also inspire them. Inspire them. What does that mean? Well, you must develop the ability to move people emotionally. You must change their emotional state. Why? Because otherwise, look, they might as well just read the information in a book or a report. You must change their state by using your voice in a very particular way. You must also use stories to illustrate the points you're making too. But there's also another reason, and it's also step number 4 of our 5 steps. It's influence. To be really effective, you must have the power to influence. If you're an entrepreneur, a coach, a consultant, an author, or an expert who shares their know-how and knowledge, you are in the business of change. Your audience want new results. Well, guess what? Those new results are a change in their business or their personal circumstances. Perhaps they'll be wanting a change in their relationship. Perhaps there'll be some change in their business. Perhaps it's a change in something relating to money, their health, parenting, productivity. But whatever it is, that is a change in their business or their personal circumstances. But in order for you to pull this off, you have to understand how to facilitate this change. So it really happens, and the change is, more importantly, a lasting change. This means you'll have to shift people's beliefs, the way they think, their emotions, their decisions, and of course their actions. Essentially, you have to shift their entire psychology. Okay, step number 5. I've saved the best until last. Step number 5 is income. Your income. How do you get paid for sharing your advice? Whether that's through a screen, like I am today, or for example on camera or on that stage. Well, there are only 2 ways. You can either get paid a speaker's fee for delivering a keynote speech, but I'll be honest, unless you've climbed Mount Everest or swam across the Arctic Circle or done something else dramatic, it's probably not going to happen. Alternatively, and more lucratively, you could pitch a product or a service that you provide at the end of your talk. Look, that's what I do, and it's made me more than £70 million in sales from the stage and from the screen. But there's both a science and an art to selling to groups. Look, if you want those hordes of people eager to do business with you. So, okay, now you know what to do, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And I'm going to do that through an online video training I created for you called the Professional Speakers Video Coaching Program. In that training, I'll walk you through the exact steps to building a world-class presentation that positions you as an expert, authority, and celebrity in your marketplace, so people automatically know, like, and trust you. And of course, you get paid lots more money because you can charge way more money if you're seen as an authority and a celebrity. I'll show you how to productize your knowledge so you can create intellectual property from your knowledge and know-how. Think Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People or Rich Dad Poor Dad's The Cash Flow Quadrant. Those are the solution frameworks of those very highly well-known celebrity speakers. And also, I'll help you to pitch your products and services for a massive profit. In this program, I'll show you how to start your presentation so your audience are gripped from the first few words. You'll also learn how to mesmerize your audience, but whilst you remain confident and committed to your mission. You'll also discover how to build a 90-minute talk that sells your services so you can afford to buy that car or house you've always wanted. I'll be showing you how to build incredible stories to illustrate your points of wisdom so you're never seen as, look, just another speaker. I'll also reveal to you the trick delivering your entire presentation without notes, without forgetting what to say, and keeping on track and on time. I'll also be showing you how I put a presentation together that pulled in £500,000 in sales from just one single presentation. This video program contains over 20 hours of high quality video training which you can watch at your leisure. The training is carefully categorized so you can easily follow each step of that jet set speaker system. By the way, this doesn't just work for me only. My students also pull in big numbers too. Simon Coulson pulled in 468,000 from a single presentation. Daniel Wagner increased his sales by 400%. And Chris Farrell used my ideas and made sales of $1 million in 24 hours by using video to launch his new product. Bottom line is, the Professional Speakers Video Coaching Program gets you paid what you're really worth, because you'll have more impact, deliver more inspiration, be more influential, and so you can make more income. You can have it all, by the way, right now for just 3 payments of $97. And let me tell you why you want this. I started speaking and selling on stage in 2002. I've pulled in millions and now coach celebrities and share the stage with the likes of Richard Branson, Donald Trump, Tony Robbins, Bill Clinton, Sir Bob Geldof, Les Brown, Paul McKenna, Bill Cosby, George Foreman, Gerard Butler, Nadia Swarovski, Robert Allen, Larry King, Steve Forbes, T. Harv Eker, Bob Proctor, Brian Tracy, Robert Kiyosaki, and even Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple. In the Professional Speakers Video Coaching Program, you'll pick up everything you need to know to become not just a world-class celebrity speaker, but also a big money speaker too. But it gets even better. Here's the deal. I'm pretty sure you're going to love this incredible video coaching program. And whilst I'm not going to promise you that you'll make £468,000 in one single presentation or $1 million in 24 hours when you launch your product, because I don't know you and I don't know your business yet. But what I will do is make you an outlandish and irresistible guarantee. Here it is. 0 risk. You love it or you keep it for free. You either love the Professional Speakers Video Coaching Program and think it was worth quadruple what you paid for it, or you can simply keep everything for free. And on top of that, the price is normally $800, but you can have it today for just 3 payments of only $97. So claim your copy of this in-depth video training right now and save over $500. With the discount and the love it or keep it for free, you really can't lose. So go ahead right now, click the button below and get started with the Professional Speakers Video Coaching Program today.